everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make Marvin the Mouse. He's really cute, really fast to do, and let's just jump into the video. To get started, you're going to need a body made in pale gray, and then 6.5mm crochet hook or whatever you need to obtain gauge. That will be right here. And we're going to get started with the muzzle. So, pale gray, or your gray choice, color choice. Work a magic ring. Tutorial linked here. And then work 5 single crochet into that magic ring. Okay. Now we're going to work a single crochet increase in each stitch. So here's the first stitch. Second stitch. Third stitch. Fourth stitch. And fifth stitch. Alright, running stitch marker. Video tutorial here. And we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. We're going to flip the running stitch marker again and do that one more time. Alright, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1, fasten off, with a long tail for sewing. Now we're going to move on to the tip of the nose, so you're going to need your pale pink. I'm using blush pink. Work another magic ring. And work 4 single crochet into that ring. 2, 3, 4. And then close that. Slip stitch in that first stitch. Chain 1, fasten off. Tail, and that's your nose tip. Sorry, the colors might be a little off, but that's a pale pink. Now we're going to make the ears. For the inner ear, you're going to need blush pink again. Chain 2. Work 3 single crochet in the second chain from your hook. Come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. And 2. Now work an increase in the first stitch. Then 3 in the second stitch. 3 single crochet in the second stitch. And then another increase in that last stitch. Chain 1, fasten off the long tail, And now we will do the outer ears. For the outer ears, you're going to need your pale gray again. We're going to repeat what we just did with that inner ear. So, chain 2, 3 single crochet, come on, 2, 3, chain 1, turn, do an increase, 3 in the next stitch, increase in the last stitch. This time, chain 1 and turn. Increase in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, increase in the third stitch, single crochet in the fourth stitch, increase in the fifth stitch, single crochet in the sixth stitch, and then increase in that last stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn again. This time we're just going to slip stitch in each stitch across. All right. 2 more. 1, 2. All right, now chain 1. Leave a long tail. And now we're going to take our inner ear and sew it to the outer ear. So get sewing needle, yarn needle, thread it with that finishing tail, last tail, and we're going to sew them together. Just like that. And because the yarn is so fluffy, shouldn't have a problem with the pink showing through. And if you do, then instead you could just go take a few strands on the top and then go through each stitch. That works quite well. For this one, doesn't need it. Go to this bottom bit, tie it off, square knot, use my hook, put in between there, grab those pink ends, and then pull them through. Cut them. And there we go. Alright. That's one ear made. Now you need to go make one more. And then we'll move on to making the tail. Okay, for the tail, again we're using blush pink. You're going to make a slip knot. And now chain 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, 15 chains. Now that second chain, in the back bar, which, come on, focus, there we go. harder to see with this yarn. So really, it doesn't matter if you do the back bar. I use this yarn enough that it isn't an issue to find it, but just slip stitch in each stitch across. And whichever way you do it, it'll still look right. I just am in the habit of doing the back bar. Alright, the chain one, leave a long tail, pull it through, you're done with your tail. Alright, and now we'll move on to assembly. Alright, assembly time. We're going to start by putting our eyes on the body. You're going to need two 12mm safety eyes. I'm going to go from that center, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put one in. Count over 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put on the washers. Alright, and now we will do the nose. So you're going to need your muzzle and your nose tip and your needle. You're going to thread that center strand on your needle and then thread it through the center of the muzzle. And now, I'm going to turn it inside out, tie, actually used this running stitch marker, didn't we? So, find that, pull it out, there we go. Tie a good tight square knot between those two, out again. And thread that other end on the needle. Alright, and now we are going to go back and forth and sew this on nice and tight. Like that. And then we will just tie it to another one of the ends. Okay. And now we'll sew it on here. Gonna thread our end on our needle. Sew it on. You can use some stuffing if you'd like. I don't think it needs it. And that center stitch. Start that. I'm just going to use these other ends for stuffing it. I think that would be plenty. And actually it's a little too much. So off. Enough them in. And then ribbons away and move on. And now we're going to go around and sew on the muzzle in this manner. Once you've done that, turn me again. You're sewing on the ears and the tail. You're going to need your body and your ears and your needle. We're going to get started. Sew on. Thread your needle with that center end. I'm going to find the side, the middle, and put it about there. So it's the row above the eyes. And that is just for reference. We don't actually really need that end except for tying off later. So we'll thread our other end for sewing and get to it. So we're gonna sew you right there. All right. Okay, there we go. And now we'll tie off the ends. And you can sew your other ear on. And then we'll stitch this guy up and he'll be done. Alright, I know I said we'd be sewing them up next, so really we have to put the tail on, don't we? So grab your tail and your needle. Let's get that on there real quick. Okay, find the center. Roughly there. That on. Other end. Stick that through. We'll tie on his tail. Really doesn't take much. If you're giving it to a little kid, definitely make sure it's very secure. But now we can sew him up. Alright. So you have your stuff in handy. And thread your needle with one of the ends. You can use one from the top or the bottom part, doesn't matter. Just choose one. The other one you'll put off to the side for when the time comes to tie off the ends. Alright. Now we're just going to whip stitch them up. Like that. And I'll speed this up because it's a little boring. Okay. Now we're going to tie it off. Thread our needle one last time with each of the ends. Shove it through. Alright, cut the ends. And grab your hook and fix this bit. Make sure the stuffing's all positioned right, and there you go. You're finished, and Marvin is done. If you enjoyed watching the video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!